Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are completely upgrading your daily makeup look. We're breaking down this absolutely brilliant five-step methodology sourced directly from beauty creator Raquel. It literally takes your standard makeup application and turns it into a structured architectural process. The result? A guaranteed professional finish. So, does your makeup need that extra something? Look, we've all been there, right? You spend all this time in the morning carefully applying your products, but by midday, the look is just flat. The dimension is totally gone, and your color has completely vanished into thin air. It's so frustrating. But I promise you, this explainer holds the exact solution. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to give your routine that elusive extra pop that actually lasts. Okay, let's map out our agenda for today. We're covering 5 key areas. First, the hydrating primer base. Second, sculpting with light and shadow. Third, strategic setting and highlighting. Fourth, melting makeup with setting spray. And finally, reviving color with bronzer and blush. This exact sequence, hydrate the canvas, build structure, lock in powder, melt layers, and revive color, mirrors the creator's precise order of operations. You know, it's not just about what products you use, it's about exactly when and how you use them. Stick to this sequence, and the results will seriously speak for themselves. All right, let's dive right into step 1, the canvas, specifically focusing on hydration. You want to prep your skin using a highly hydrating or protective primer. Honestly, even if you're just using a rich moisturizer acting as your primer, the main goal here is deep hydration before a single drop of foundation ever touches your face. Now, here is something that totally challenges a massive beauty misconception. So many people think, oh, hydrating primers are going to make me greasy, especially if they already have oily skin. But the source material corrects this brilliantly. Think of it like this. Hydrating primers maintain your skin's moisture balance. Because your skin is already hydrated, it doesn't panic. It doesn't overproduce oil throughout the day trying to compensate. It actually stops you from sweating everything off. Moving right along to step 2, sculpting with light and shadow. We really need to shift our mindset here, away from just, indiscriminately slapping on concealer and contour, and moving toward a much more strategic, almost architectural approach to the face. Think of your face like a 3D puzzle. Using a light shade, so your concealer, literally pulls features toward the viewer. It highlights, it expands. On the flip side, using shadow, your contour, pushes features away. It creates depth and minimizes certain areas. It's basically an optical illusion, and the best part is, you are entirely in control of it. So what are we bringing forward? The highlight zones are your chin, nose, forehead, under the eyes, the arch of your brows, and the inner corners of your eyes. But wait, pay close attention to this fantastic, highly personalized tip from our source. If you have a wider lower face, skip highlighting the jawline. Highlighting there will just bring that area forward and create the illusion of an even wider jaw. It's all about balancing your specific face shape. Conversely, we want to apply a cool-toned contour with a really precise brush to push specific zones backward. We're talking under the cheekbone, the eye crease, sides of the nose, jawline, and the sides of the forehead. And hey, the cool tone is absolutely essential here. Why? Because natural shadows on the human face are naturally cool-toned, not warm orange. People online love to argue about the right way to contour, but the source emphasizes a very comforting philosophy. There is no wrong or right, there's just your preference. Whether you want to accentuate a round cheek or carve out sharp bone structure, there's literally no wrong answer here. It is completely adaptable to your unique face. Step 3, strategic setting and highlighting. Now, this step might seem minor, but trust me, it is the absolute secret to making your makeup look like it was professionally done. It's all about locking that structure perfectly in place. First, you use a loose powder everywhere you placed your concealer. But huge warning here, before you set with powder, you absolutely must ensure there are 0 creases in your concealer. I mean it, if you apply powder over a crease, you have permanently set that wrinkle into your look for the rest of the day. No thanks. Once you're completely smooth, take a fluffy brush and apply a finishing powder under the eyes and chin for that extra flawless touch. Next up, we add actual glowing highlighter to the areas that naturally catch the most light, creating this gorgeous dimension. Your hotspots are going to be the tip and bridge of the nose, the top of the cheekbones, the brow bone, the inner eye corner, and the cupid's bow. This just brings all the life and radiance right back over those powders we just applied. Which brings us to step 4, melting makeup with setting spray. Okay, so you've just applied a lot of powders. Setting powder, finishing powder, contour, highlighter. If you stopped right now, you might look, well, a little chalky. That is exactly where melting comes in. A good setting spray literally melts those powder layers down, melding them seamlessly with your foundation and your natural skin. It completely gets rid of that powdery finish. Our source is actually such a huge fan of this step that she jokes about needing a setting spray cape because, let's be real, it tends to get all over your hair and clothes when you're spraying it. Take a quick second to consider your own skin type right now. Choosing the correct spray formulation is the ultimate key to locking this all in. If you have drier skin, a hydrating setting spray, maybe something with vitamin C in it, is going to be amazing for you. But if you have oily or combination skin, you're going to want to stick to a regular, long-lasting setting spray formula to keep that excess shine in check all day. Now we arrive at the final plot twist of almost every single makeup routine. You look in the mirror after your eyes are finally done, and you realize, wait, where did my blush go? Powders fade so quickly as they settle and melt into the skin, and blush is almost always the first casualty. So that brings us to our final stage, Step 5, reviving color with bronzer and blush. This step is all about bringing the life, the contrast, and that much-needed warmth back to the face so you don't end up looking washed out. To revive the look, you basically go back in. You reapply a powder bronzer to bring back that rich contrast around the perimeter of your face. Then, and this is super interesting, the source recommends topping the cheeks with a cream blush. I know, putting a cream over set powders sounds scary, but it gives this beautiful, dewy, sun-kissed finish. And don't panic. If you feel like you went a little too heavy with these touch-ups, just gently buff it out with a beauty blender. Because you already have a set powder base underneath, the whole thing will blend smoothly without ruining your foundation. We've gone from hydration to architecture, setting to melting, and finally reviving the whole look. So I leave you with this question. Which of these 5 steps are you going to add to elevate your daily routine tomorrow? Really think about your own canvas. Are you ready to stop just mindlessly applying makeup and start actually constructing your look? Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer today, and I'll catch you next time.